Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome back. We're out another I'm Teddy podcast, man. Got a few special guests in the building tonight. Got our first female guest, co-host slash whatever you want to call him, Miss Spoiled Barbie.
Hey.
And we're just back at it again, man. A couple topics that we're gonna be talking about. Either people who called in and want to discuss different things, but the first one is pride. You know, how do you deal with it? You know, the second one, your beginning stages of dating a single mother. This is stuff that they're really going through. They said they need help. Just basically balance in life. Just how to balance all this. We're gonna talk a little bit about Jeezy and Goo-Wop, man. Who you rolling with? You rolling with Lil Goo-Wop or the Snowman? And we're gonna just talk about Lil Goo-Wop.
Why do you put little?
Because that's what Jeezy said. I roll with Jeezy, so he Lil Goo-Wop. And and talk a little bit about Jeezy's new song that he had, Therapy from the Soul. What you'll take it, you heard it or not, go check it out. And Spoiled Barbie, let them know some of the topics you got over there.
So I got, will you date / marry a person with more than 4 kids? Some people like that a lot. You know, are you with the Brady Bunch campaign? Okay. Next up, I got, will you proceed with having sex if you smell an odor?
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
So I just take it they don't smell like cocoa butter and almond.
Not water, baby, not water. If you smell an odor, and that's for women and men too. You know, men don't always smell like or Iron Spring. So, will you proceed? or will you stop?
I don't know. Tune in to find out.
What up, Lamar? Got Ashley watching.
What's happening? Go ahead.
Hey.
Continue.
Next up, we're going to do chicks without edges.
Oh.
Is that a make or break? Do it really matter?
Oh, God.
Do it really matter? Do she have to have edges?
Do you
She had
have
it once
edges?
upon a time.
We're not discussing.
But and then for the ladies, is it okay to date men with bald spots?
Boozy in the building.
Oh.
I know.
Oh,
But I love you, baby. That's why I married you.
Look, we got some people in the live, man, so we gonna go ahead and kick it short.
Let's go.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to I'm Ted.
I'm Ted.
This your boy, the Busy Guy.
This your boy Tripe.
Tell them who we got in the building with us
We
today.
got a special guest, man. You know, she's like my sister, man. My brother's wife. She hit us up, wanted to be a guest. Let's see how she do. It might be permanent. It might be just a guest. I don't know. We're gonna see what go on. But we got Miss Spoiled Barbie, man.
Hey.
Let them know a little something about you, what you got going on, if anything. Talk to the people.
Well, I consider myself a jack of all trades. Yes, I work. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a model. I've been in music videos. I did modeling. I competed for Miss Full Figure Beauty Queen of Georgia 2020. I did drop out for personal reasons. I'm an open book, so if you know me, you already know why. And I also did radio before with Hot Talk Radio. I had a segment, bedtime stories. Spoiled Barbie.
We're gonna talk about what you were talking about on the bedtime story.
Is we clear to talk about that?
That's that red light special.
We got a husband in the building too, the boy. CJ.
50 cows.
50 cows. We can talk about that husband. We clear.
Talking about what she want to talk about.
We clear.
Right.
We gonna get busy.
And we also just got one. I just want to talk about false accusations. You know what I'm saying? If you say certain things that cause harm and grief in other people's lives, how do you feel about that? Just saying, y'all were dating and then something happened and then you saying this person did something that they didn't do. But we're gonna get into all that in this house, man. Let's go
want to start?
Shit, we're gonna start out with pride, man. And someone they hit in and said, pride, how do you deal with it? How do you go about it? So the first thing I would just want to do is tell you what pride is. If you know what I'm saying. Pride, from what my research I did, pride is feeling a deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievement, consciousness of one's own dignity. So with that being said, you have a sense of pride with things you've accomplished, and it makes you feel a certain type of way. Some people say you get the big head. So you know what I'm saying, the things that you accomplished or did in life, you feel prideful about it. But sometimes that pride can get in the way, man. That's just some of the things we're going to discuss about this pride situation. Anybody else? What do you feel about pride?
That pride is something else, because it's two-sided coin. There's the good side of pride.
Right.
There's certain things you should be proud of.
Right.
Being a good father, good husband, good person, just being a decent human being and handling your business. That's something you should be proud of. But then there's that negative type pride to where it can hinder you from doing things. Like I know people who didn't get a job, wouldn't get a job because they were too proud to work at the Burger King or you know what I mean, the pick up trash beside the road. They pride wouldn't let them be seen like that. Like I know a dude, he every day after work he changed his whole outfit. He go to the bathroom, change his whole outfit. See, he didn't want nobody to know where he worked. And then that's that type of pride that can cause you to do something you knew better, you knew you shouldn't be doing it, and end up losing your life or your freedoms behind your pride. So you gotta know when we talk about pride, we gotta know which kind of pride we're talking about. You know what I mean? So on that note, on that negative side, I'm gonna address that is at some point you have to learn how to basically grow up. Like everything don't deserve a response, and everything don't deserve your full attention like that. Like I learned the older I got, the more situations I was in, and the more things I got to a point where having more things to lose made me address certain situations differently than how my pride wanted me to.
Right.
You know, certain situations would arise, and and the D.I. in me was like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I had to be like, look, XYZ is on the line for real. Like, is this even really worth doing what I'm about to do? Because I know the end game for that. You know what I mean? You're going to end up a body on somebody's t-shirt or in somebody's jail cell. So, you got to learn how to control that and just grow as a person to oversee things and what's really important and what's really just bullshit.
Right. Ms. Spoiled Barbie, what you got to say about pride?
I agree with you both, and I think pride is so broad because it could be, playing yourself off the streets. It can be you, losing your job. It could be you destroying your family. Especially falling out with family members. And for stupid stuff, it could be money. It could be just a disagreement, and then boom, somebody's dead. Now you can't apologize. You can't make up. As far as work-wise, a lot of people have that mentality where they're like, they can't be told nothing. They don't like to be confronted or talked down or belittled. But now you're snapping. You even got fired, and now you can't provide for your family. Can't pay rent. Can't pay car note. So sometimes you have to swallow your pride and shut the fuck up. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. And I agree. That goes back to basically like he was saying there's two sides of the coin. The first definition of pride is feeling deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievement. That's one side of the coin. That's I accomplished something. I'm proud. But you can't let that pride overshadow the other side, which is consciousness of one's own dignity.
Word.
And then you know what I'm saying? That's the other side of it where you feel like I'm beyond that. I can't let nobody see me doing this. don't wanna, I'm not finna humble myself to do this. My pride's too strong. I can't let this happen or whatever. Just a matter of fact, today we were talking about at work. My boss, we were just talking about certain situations, and he just came up and was like, if somebody try to take my car, then I can't let that go down like that. So I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, if they catch you slipping, you finna lose your life over a car, because at the end of the day, you lost your life and you still lost the car. So what sense does that make? And a lot of people feel like, oh, you ain't finna play me like that. You ain't finna do me like that. And the whole time, pride, I look at it, even anything that happens in life, it could be it's either a lesson or a blessing. And just because you feel like you're on the losing end of it, it's not necessarily a loss if you learn something from it. And that's the last couple of rappers, you know, I've been hearing about, they talk about they stay with their gun, they this and that, I'm ready to shoot. But if you get caught slipping without your gun in the wrong situation, you just got caught slipping, and you know the type of lifestyle that you live. So just don't get caught up too heavy in the pride situation where it's like you don't want to do what's best at the time being to get yourself out of that situation. You're going to overcome, you're going to grow, you're going to get better, but you got to start from somewhere. Some people like, I want to be a boss. You can never be a boss if you're not a worker. At some point, you got to learn how to bottom work. Some people, you know, it's not a lot, but there's a few people that just blessed in the money and they just invest in something and they become a boss, not understanding the lower level of what's going on. So, I mean, it's just going to take, it's two sides of that, man. So you can't get so caught up in letting your pride, like Spoiled Barbie say, overshadow the things that really mean something to you, like your life, your family. And back to the car. Your car might have cost the company $1,000 to make, because they're getting so many of them. So is your life worth $1,000? Even though you get an Audi or a Bentley or whatever, I'm not sure the exact amount of how much it costs. I'm just throwing ballpark figures out there. But it really don't cost as much as you paid for it. So you feel like, well, I paid $70,000 for it. At the end of the day, is $70,000 really worth your life? Would you live long enough to gain $70,000 once again? But then your outcome and your outlook on it will be different because you learned from the last mistake or the last lesson that came your way. So we just gonna move on to, you move on to one of your topics. Anybody else got something to say about pride? Anybody tuning in, you got something to say about pride? Just hit it in the comments, we'll get back with you.
I don't have nothing to say about pride.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about this other night we went to the 50.
Okay. Let's talk about this other night we went to the
Right.
Okay.
Say the other night, nigga. Put a date on it.
Well, let's put it out there that I wasn't there, so I don't know, but I just heard stories.
What day it was?
It was Monday.
What day was
The
that?
15th.
What day is that?
My birthday.
Oh, right then.
So we went to the 50, right? For y'all that don't know, right? The 50 is the type of place. I ain't saying something gonna happen to you if you go there, but something might happen to you if you go there.
Be prepared for something to happen.
And for something to happen to you, around you. So
Nearby you.
So we in there, it was our birthday. We was just trying to go somewhere to get a couple drinks. So we ended up at the 50-yard line. So young Joe Rogan over here. Ain't that the UFC dude? What's the dude with the UFC?
Yeah, that might be a name. I don't know.
Anyway, so
I'm Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon is over here. Look, anyway, I'm sitting back, I'm drinking, right? This one dude, he running around, he drunk, and he just talking a lot. I don't know what he talking about because I'm doing my own thing. I'm in my own zone. So he come up to me and he say, "You want to see something?" And I'm like, hell no. Because we in the bar, and that's hella weird for a grown man to say to another grown man in the middle of a bar, "You want to see something?" So I'm like, hell no, not really. And he walk off. So then my boy 50 Cal, he leans over and he said, "You want to smoke this white boy?" I'm like, huh? I look around. I see this white boy, cool little white boy, kind of remind me of John B. Y'all remember John B?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, was he hard to spot? Was he the only white boy?
He was. He was the only white boy.
But I want up here, there's always a random white boy at the 50. Always there's a random white boy.
Only he's with us.
Normally, yeah, he usually is with us, but this one wasn't with us. So he was chilling, he was just shooting pool, wasn't bothering nobody. So he said, you want to swing on the right one. I was like, alright, so now I'm watching, but I'm trying to watch without looking like I'm watching. Because I don't want nobody to associate me with this dude and feel like I'm with him.
Right.
Because he just came and talked to me before he walked off. So I don't want nobody to feel like I'm his man or something.
Yeah.
Because if he goes swear he knows to do it, I don't want
Like, oh,
nobody.
you can get it too.
Yeah. So I'm watching like this. I'm looking, but I ain't looking. So then he come back. He circle around. He come back. He tell me, is that the white boy from Mount Zion? Hell, I don't know, dude. I was like, I don't know the dude. He walk off again. Now, whole time, 50's looking. You remember the Grinch? When the Grinch stole Christmas, how happy he was as soon as that smile. He's just looking. He's looking like he don't give no cares. He's on in there.
I want to see.
He want to see. So, dude, walk over there. And through the weakest 2 piece, this was like, imagine you go to, what you like to eat, KFC or Popeyes? Imagine you go to Popeyes, right? And you order a nice little meal with the breast or whatever you like.
It is
It's
just
breast.
dry. It is just dry.
No, even worse. You got the whole meal, right? You got the mac and cheese. You got the what's it called? Mashed potatoes, beans, rice, and you open your box and it's just 2 dry wings in there. That's what he.
And they forgot the biscuit.
And they forgot the 2 dry wings. And dude was just kind of like, stop.
Wait.
Hey,
Hold on.
what are you doing?
Wait, what are you doing?
The fight was over before the fight started. The fight was over before security got there.
Yeah, it was. He ran out and the white boy was like,
What happened?
I don't know.
He tried to hit me.
But the whole thing could have been avoided, I feel like, if 50 hadn't instigated.
But I didn't instigate.
Before he asked me, did I want to see something? He asked 50, did he want to see something?
I told him sure. Why not?
See? He just told the man, sure he wanted to see something. And the man
I
felt,
thought you were gonna show me a trick, a magic trick or something.
he did, he was trying, man, listen. And then that's when his pride got in the way. And he had to feel like some type of situation to
Nah, I got
fool
something.
the
Right.
50. Wait, let me don't forget this part. He came up to 50 and said he knew 50 from DC.
From DC.
What
Look
DC?
at here, man. When
What
I went to
DC we
DC,
talking
man,
about?
when I went to DC, I was looking for him.
So
So you know that.
So you see there?
Man, I went to DC, I went for 420. Not for him.
And
I
he
wasn't
said
trying
that
to beat him.
he said you the home. He told you about y'all homegirl.
Hey, man, this
and
man
AIDS.
tell me.
He said he told y'all.
He said, bro, you don't remember when I told you about old girl that had AIDS, bro? And I'm a real nigga, because I told her, a real nigga wouldn't have told you about the girl who had AIDS.
Who the girl
So
that had AIDS?
I don't know, so I asked him. I said, how you know she had AIDS? He said, oh, you know.
Did she ask you want to see something?
I don't even know who she is.
No,
But I see she asked him, that's how he know.
I'm done.
Them good answers right
See,
there.
he
That's
let
right here. So
He let that pride get in the way.
He let the pride get him. And then, before he hit dude, he was looking at the dude like,
He sized him up. He was finna hit him the one time, but T-Mac was in the way.
I missed that. I was.
Yeah, I was-
But he
I
was
was
right
at
there the
pool table.
first time he
I
walked
looking
out.
like-
Remember, I was standing out loud. That's my brother, man. That's my brother now.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, cause he was finna do it.
Because
Bro,
he went from that table to the other table.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was going on that long?
Man, he was sizing him up for an hour and a half before he even swung on him.
Man, I think you gave that man a Tylenol,
He
man.
put the battery in his back.
You gave that man a
And
Tylenol,
they
bro.
said head hurt, man.
And then I found out, I talked to one of my partners I was shooting pool. I was like, man, why you let your homeboy jump on the light boy like that? He was like, he said he knew him from, what road he was on?
He
Mount
told me
Zion.
about Mount Zion.
He said, I knew him from Mount Zion. I said, man, what? He said, man, he said he looked familiar. He owed him $25. $25. I understand it's the principle, but man, you know.
And then 50 winded him up like a toy soldier.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, man, I ain't do
With
nothing.
that battery in his back.
Hey, man, they were watching
Go ahead,
football.
smoke.
They were watching football
ahead,
at the
drink it.
bar. I wanted to watch UFC.
And you got KFC.
Man, you hear me?
2 dry wings.
No
Let's move
bitch.
on to the next topic. What you got, Spoiled Barbie?
Okay, let's discuss, will you date, marry a person with 4 or more kids?
4 more kids.
Now let me start off by saying,
That's half the people at the table.
I mean, well,
Because you got one. You think you could.
I got
Allegedly.
it the first time.
They even know about
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about them 2 girls
Yeah.
in Cocoa Beach that one year we went?
Allegedly.
I'm too
If I can't remember, it don't count.
Okay.
It was cold that night.
Once you cross state lines or area code,
Yeah, that baby ain't yours.
that makes sense.
Wow. Y'all, this is not their logic for real. They are playing.
No.
No, it's not.
This is not their logic for real. Well, okay, well, I married my husband and he has 4. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. He got.
Because you know the streets trying to put some on me.
Yeah,
I'm so
he got some twins somewhere.
He always talking about
No, I'm dead serious. I heard that story.
Everybody heard that story. For everybody in the world, them twins ain't mine. 6 other niggas went there after me. It was not mine.
Whoa.
You just admit to it.
Oh,
the Your mama is watching.
Mom, those are neighborhood kids.
Oh my God.
Mom, those are neighborhood kids. You know your grandkids. They look like that.
Oh my, you know what? I can't. Okay.
We're going
Omar,
on,
with
John.
you?
No,
No. And why not?
I don't want to.
Period.
Yeah, that's
No need to give a
I
back.
love my life right now.
It is.
Okay. For the sake of the podcast, I elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate.
That's just a lot of responsibility.
It is.
You know what I mean? That's 4 kids. And then what? How old is the kids? Because my kid is like 13, and then my girl kid is 16. So I'm almost done with raising kids. I'm not with that little kid.
You ain't going backwards.
We ain't buying no diapers.
I ain't paying for no college either. None of that. None of that. I ain't paying for no college. We ain't buying no first cars.
Yeah.
No, that's too many for me.
But what about, you know, the heart ones who the heart wants? Like what, you know, you can't help if you like somebody.
I didn't like her when she told me she was
So you mean to tell me we out, you see a chick like, shit, I'm gonna go holler at shorty, you know what I'm saying?
Damn
You
right.
You get over there. Now you don't even ask this kind of questions in the club the first
Right.
night because you know you
That
just
night-
get a number.
that
So
night,
the next
day,
the
on
next
phone.
night we on hey, you know, hey, I met you last night, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
So what's your
girl.
name again?
Shit.
Yeah, so how many kids you got? 4. Okay, but
So
hey,
you
I'm
probably
at
got
work.
work.
So I'm gonna, is that what we're
No,
doing?
I'm gonna tell you what we're doing.
No, be honest, look, like this ain't gonna work. You got 4
You
kids.
got
This ain't
First of all, this is Omar's logic because I know you're not gonna shut nobody down that got 4 kids. If you got 4 kids, you want somebody to love you.
okay.
8. This ain't
Don't laugh
that
at him.
shit.
Do not laugh at him.
not that. Not the Brady Bunch.
When I hear that, this is where
Let
we
me
go.
drink my Henny.
You got street ball, and then you got the NBA.
Okay.
That she gonna be street ball. When I want just throw on some shorts and run out there.
Crossing it up.
Okay.
I'm not signing to the team is what I'm trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
I go play.
But you'll play on the court.
I go play it.
Okay.
We can run.
But you're not signing no contract.
I'm not signing no contracts.
Okay.
You gotta sign a contract. You got a clean slate. You have nobody on your
So you married me because I don't have no kids?
Why?
Yeah.
What did you just take? What did you just
That
take
helped
away
your
from
roster. That put you up here. And the ones I was fucking with, them bitches, Memphis halfway full.
It's the reason why you signed.
You feel me?
It's the reason why you signed.
T-Mac, can you please elaborate?
Me.
Well, it's just-
Nah, I'm just saying for real.
Okay.
I mean,
Hey,
Can't breathe.
I got 4.
having 4 kids
Mm.
is
Stressful.
You know from experience.
It's real life.
That's real life stuff right
I mean, it could be It is stressful, like CJ said. But I don't feel like if I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. But as far as they say once you be with a girl or whatever, you gotta take all the kids in. Nah, I don't agree with that.
I don't necessarily think it's your responsibility when y'all are dating, but but you date with intentions on long term, right?
Sometimes.
So once
You don't understand it.
I know, but I'm saying some people have that mutual agreement, like we're just like, you know what I'm saying? But when you're dating somebody,
you don't always go like that.
exactly, but when you're dating somebody, they got kids, and now it turned from a couple of dates to now a year later, and y'all still fucking. You guys are taking care of the kids. You guys are buying some clothes and diapers and some bologna in the refrigerator. Something you guys are doing something.
Bologna.
It's a difference between a man with 4 kids and a woman. Because 9 times out of 10, that man's not gonna have all 4 of them all the time. But if you take a woman with 4 kids,
They there all the
them
time.
is your kids.
Call me when they had to pay.
They always gonna be there.
Call you when
When you go,
Yes.
when you on your way over there, she say, "Hey, I'm hungry." That means everybody's hungry.
Right, and shit, I go there and I say I'm hungry, she brings some hot dog like she do the chicken. This ain't gonna
You
work.
know, the 6 flags, you need 6 tickets.
Yes.
I seen it.
But that's why you have to take all of that into consideration when you are messing with.
When I asked you, did you have kids for it? No, baby, this ain't gonna work. Because you gonna say, you gonna want to go somewhere, you gotta bring all of them. And that shit ain't gonna work. No. Sorry, you
I'm
cute
so
and
mad I don't
almost
have kids. Because I want to know if we would be together.
No, if I had
But
kids,
let me stop you right here. Let me stop you right here.
Baby
Let me
daddy.
stop you right here. You married me, and I was taking care of another man's kid that I wasn't even married to no more. And you embraced him like your own.
But that ain't nothing. That was him.
And he wasn't even mine.
He was a teenager.
But you still did it though.
He was
But
more
that
like
wasn't
a little
nothing.
brother.
Teenager, I gave that nigga a job. I didn't take it. He took it himself. He was J.O.B.
We went to the club together.
Yeah, shit.
You
Boy,
more like,
I can get you
you
in.
more like having a little brother.
Yeah, I'm more like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? I can make sure he's on the right
That's why I
track.
say the age.
But if you got 4 kids and they under 5, this my bad. This ain't gonna work.
That is ridiculous.
Cause I ain't buying no Huggies, no Infamil,
Capri
none of that. I'm not buying none of that.
We have so many guy kids.
And how many I see?
That's what they live out of town. But you still buy Huggies and you buy Infamil.
I don't buy I buy Pampers. They're cheaper than Huggies.
I got to go.
Let's
Let's move on to the next topic.
I'm
telling you.
Okay, wait, before we move on to the next topic, what if I had the same philosophy? What if I was like, nigga, you got 4 kids?
Yeah, guess who you would be?
Not here right now.
Guess who you would be? You would be Tion Potter.
You was still, I wasn't Tiana Potter when you met me.
You would be Tion Roberts.
But you would, I just feel like you should operate the way you would want somebody to operate with you.
And I am, baby. I can't
So you would want
that
somebody
type
to
of
accept
person.
you.
If you didn't accept me if I said I had 4
Not
kids.
just me,
and
anybody. You would want any woman to accept
The
you.
other girl that was talking to me like that, you know what that was. That was nothing.
That was
You know what?
That was street ball.
So what's the next topic?
To the hardwood. You feel me? That was at the park. I think you did the
Shout out to
gym.
my mother-in-law.
Yeah, I think you did the gym. He was at the park.
Yeah, man, you know,
I need you to call your son.
having a lot of kids, it can be stressful. But if you with somebody or you like them, you have to take all that into consideration before you decide
Yes.
to move from the street ball to the gym. And from what I got from what my brothers are saying, they ain't trying to sign to that. And I don't think.
Well, I signed it, so shit.
Yeah, I already it's in stone, but I'm saying as far as like they were saying, if the kid young and the kid's fathers are not involved in their life, and all the responsibility falls on the single mother, and then she meets somebody, and then she wants somebody else to pick up her load and all the kids' load, then I feel like most men would have a problem with that if you're not balling. Even if you ball, you don't want to move into that situation. I seen this one thing on Instagram. The dude came and he brought some McDonald's. He pulled up to the girl house. He was like, go get my son, tell him come out here and eat McDonald's. And she was like, what about the other 3 kids? Them ain't my kids. Go get my son, bring him out here so he eat. So you ain't got, nope. He said, when we were together, you did stuff for me. But we ain't together no more. I'm not gonna
I'm not telling you what it daddy.
Daddy gotta be around their life, man. That's
Somewhere, no
Well,
no matter how the female feel about the daddy, he gotta be there at some point or some point. He gotta be there. No matter how much you don't like it or don't want to like it, he gotta be in there somewhere.
Well, viewers, y'all hit us up. Let us know what y'all think about. Will you date or marry a person with more than 4 kids, so we can get your insight as well.
I date you, but we ain't getting married.
That's what they said.
What you going to next?
Who? I ain't stuck with nobody I don't want to be with. So I'm gone.
18 years.
Who?
If you're not girl.
She don't know me.
Oh,
Them 2
allegedly.
years.
Next time, nigga,
Next time.
Smokey's not watching the podcast.
My name Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Wow.
I like the one with Emmanuel.
Nephew.
I ain't from it. I'm Emmanuel. I mean, legal
Stupid.
immigrant.
Watch your finger,
no
boy.
papers. And my name's Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Okay, well, we just gonna go into a little something. Man, we got the verses tomorrow coming up. We got Jesus and we got Lil Goo-Wop. So you know,
You know,
He said, "Don't bring your clone."
yeah, he said he told him not to bring his clone. Then Gucci got on there and said today is fashion part of the verse because he gonna have it on. And Jeezy got on that ugly ass shirt and that hat. He ain't doing it. So who you riding with in the Jeezy Snowman battle, and just tell me your take on why you choose or what's going on.
okay, first and foremost, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a fan of either one of them,
Right, okay.
but I'm rocking with Jesus.
I'm finna say, bro, you used to bump Jeezy in the lag.
No, Travis used to bump Jesus in the lag. I used to be in the lag. Look, I ain't got no problem. Hey, see, this is the thing. That's what I'm about to say. It's not that I don't like him. I like him in certain situations. In the club,
Depending on your mood.
yeah, if I'm heading to the club, I'm in the club, I'm vibing to some Jesus. It ain't too many. Honestly, I know one Gucci song. Seriously.
What song is it?
What it is?
That song with him and Lil Wayne.
Rabbit.
Steady Marvin.
Rabbit.
No. No. That's what Lil Wayne like. And we don't want to vibe. Oh, yeah, let's go to the garden. That's what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
You know, well, Gucci told he got an AK with the knife on it. Something. I don't even listen to it in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So I ain't gonna listen to it tomorrow. I need to.
I'm done.
But if I had to say, if we jumped in the car right now and you handed me a book, let's take it back to when people had CD books. And you hand me a book, and on one side of it was Jesus, and one side of it was Gucci. I'm gonna pick out the Jesus side.
Okay. All right. I know you probably ain't into all that rapping stuff, but who you going with, Spoiled Barbie?
I most definitely am. And I am going with Jeezy. He has a lot of hits that I like. But I like Gucci Man too, but it's only like 1 or 2. You
What's
know,
the Gucci
like.
Man song you like? Since y'all won't do me, what Gucci Man song you like?
Okay, so.
What? Lemonade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
And that what he said?
I like, didn't he rap Dying of Last Breed or something?
No, that's Jesus.
Oh. No, that's what I said. I told him with Jeezy.
Oh, yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah. Okay, so that song, a Gucci song.
Oh, like 2.
I like, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog.
See, that's Gucci. That ain't Goo-Wop.
Oh, yeah, I don't know nothing about it.
See, them
I like him
Goo-Wop
featuring
shit.
on Mulatto
Oh,
song.
that's that new Goo-Wop shit. That shit.
I'm a very freaky girl. From my mama.
You said that, I heard it. Not listen to that. I don't want to listen to that. Oh, I can't relate to that.
I'm going for both of them, depending on what songs they play.
I just feel like Jeezy
I
has
just
more.
feel like, yeah, Jeezy got
constant
more.
hits.
Jeezy got more constant hits, radio stream play than Gucci. But Gucci got more hood trap classes than Jeezy.
I heard somebody say, and I agree that Jeezy song with people who was making some money. And
Right.
Gucci song with people who was
Striving
taking
to
all the
get some
drugs.
money.
No, they were taking all the drugs.
Back then, Gucci was asking for the young crowd, so y'all probably for the geekers.
Yeah, man, I know like the one album that I liked was the first. I mean, I liked a couple songs, but the Ratchet Davis versus the State work, but that only wouldn't go.
Right.
So, I mean, Jesus sold more albums.
Yeah,
So
we
I
got
feel like
statistics.
I'm just saying. I just feel like more people
Numbers don't lie.
will be in tune with Jesus because he was worldwide. He crossed over.
But Jesus, that boy got a whole little street down there in Macon down there in town. Them folk really mess with home. Like,
Yeah, they do, man. They was what his name is? Freddie somebody. They were talking shit about Gucci. I mean about Jesus, saying, you know, I don't know, man. I just know Jesus dropped the song today. If you ain't heard it, go listen to it.
Y'all real quiet in these comments, man, and I don't know, sir, I don't like it. Y'all real quiet. Y'all was live last week. Y'all real quiet.
Okay, ask us some questions. Tell us what y'all want to hear.
Y'all think they gonna fight this person?
No, they ain't gonna
Cause
fight.
at the point, they really didn't like each other.
They did. I mean, if y'all don't know about the story, somebody, Jesus
Ain't
made
they
a
like
song.
40 years old?
you gotta take it all the way back from when had this man go Jeezy shot the nigga.
Yeah, that one.
You gotta take it all the way back.
Jesus made a song. He was basically saying that he, you know, Jesus wanted the I'm so icy. He wanted to write to the song because he got on it and it blew up and it made it, you know what I'm saying, further what it was. Gucci ain't really allegedly didn't want to sell the song. That's why the beef started. So then Jesus made a song saying he had some money on the nigga necklace. Then some people from Macon, they took it upon themselves to go down there and try to get the chain. They broke in the house. Gucci allegedly got the gun from somebody and he shot one of them, and they found him deceased the next day behind the school. And it was just really beef from there. But I just feel like this whole thing now is basically Jesus got an album coming out Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to build his buzz back up. I don't know what
Yes, that's all it is.
Gucci has Gucci may be trying to do some new things, but they both done got older and trying to actually be business minded, man. So I just feel like it's mainly for Jesus to drop this new album, Session 2, and that's just how I feel about that.
But CJ, you like to see them fight with the person, right? I'm not the only one that like
You know, hey man, I'm always down for some good UFC, man. Y'all inbox me all your fighting videos. You know what I mean? CJ got them hating on Instagram. Inbox me.
I'm still perplexed that CJ though actually replied yes to a random dude asking him.
Hey, now look. Everybody being on the live, right? If you out somewhere at a bar, who would all love to see somebody get knocked out? And they ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Everybody hit the like button and tell me.
We talking about fit, not CJ.
I don't know why he picked the white boy. I don't know that.
I don't know why.
They don't want
really
CJ. They don't want CJ answer. He wants 50 cow answer.
I was trying to figure out he must have been in a good mood.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, dude.
Must have been
Oh, you was drunk.
I was drunk.
He did at the end of the night. He did call her.
I did. I told the nigga I don't drink, man. Man, look.
LA said he want to come on the podcast. You welcome to come on the podcast. Everybody.
Come on, LA.
Yeah. You know, we cut up and you get a couple drinks, get a couple cold ones, not no hot ones, unless we talk about some chicks.
But yeah, man, we're gonna move right along.
Topic.
The next one, man, we're gonna talk about.
Look, no. Everybody, look.
We got to say that and then listen.
We got two wives in here right now. When I said the chick, everybody looks at me. You know what I mean? Like my old lady ain't watching the show.
And your old lady is most definitely a phone or a message away.
Look, this is comedy.
Sorry.
This is for the. I'm just being funny for the podcast.
Allegedly.
I think more.
Get the couch ready, Eddie. Get the couch ready.
No parts of this combo.
But yeah, we're gonna move right along, man.
I'm just tripping.
And then we got another topic. You wanna go ahead and run there? What's gonna be?
Okay. Next topic on my list. Do you stop sex if you smell an odor?
Wait a minute.
Man,
Hold up.
abruptly.
Hold up.
Allegedly.
I know, you smell the smell. It's for
Yeah,
real.
you don't allegedly smell the smell. You know when you smell the smell.
So we're stopping. We're stopping. So we're stopping.
Wait, hold on.
We got back.
You know how bad odor is.
We got back a little bit.
What
I'm
kind
not
of
over
odor?
there,
How
but I'm
far-
hitting the
How
emergency
far
brake.
into this are you when you get the odor? Because the
I mean,
odor's
that's
not already, the odor's not always immediate. Sometimes
You're right.
you
That's
get
why. So basically, we're to the point where the clothes are off. Whether you're getting ready to go down, whether you're sliding the panties off, you smell an odor. Okay. Do you stop the process, and what do you do after you stop the process?
So I have not. There's been no penetration yet.
No.
Oh, I'm out of there. I'm out of there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did she take a bath? Before you did
We
it?
don't know.
I'm just saying.
Because there's an odor.
And so she could have took a bath.
But she good. That's what I'm trying to
Oh, then her pH balance is off.
I don't know. Like, I don't.
But we don't know. All we know is there's an odor. And women for guys, there's an odor, okay?
So look,
Are you sucking penis and are you eating cookies if there's an odor? Okay? And when you smell the odor, do you say something? What do you say? What's your reason for stopping? Are you gonna be like, hey, that shit stink, I need you to go touch that up? Like, are you gonna be like, oh, that's a word?
but first off, if it ain't your old lady, man, what you sit down there for?
Exactly.
I mean, you don't have to be down there to do oral. You could be sliding her panties off, but you smell an odor.
It's 2020, wasn't even sliding a girl panties out. You better skip them shits out and take my shit off.
Either way it goes, you smell an odor. What are you doing? Are you saying
I'm
something?
gonna tell them you got a dog or something? What's that? What's that?
Andy say, hell yes, she stopped. She running.
Damn right. I wouldn't say.
Like, what do you say? Are you telling the truth or are you lying?
I'm
to get out
telling the
of there?
truth. Excuse.
What do you
Oh,
say?
excuse me, baby. Something ain't right.
Did you take a bath?
You go, oh my God, you see?
Did you take a bath?
If we at your house and my house, with the water works.
It don't matter where we at. If you, wait a minute, she disrespectful.
Because we all know that when she come over to the crib, she always gonna say, "Hey, let me wait that bathroom. I need to use the bathroom." And that's when she go in there and do scratch and sniff test. That's what she supposed to do.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Y'all be
No. So,
you ain't never did scratch and sniff.
no, because for one, if I'm coming to your house, I already got that taken care of before I
That's
even
what I
got
want-
there.
that's
So
what I
there's
want
no
to know.
need of me going to your bathroom when I get to your house to do a scratch and sniff test because I already took care of that.
You might sweat a little
No.
bit on your way over there.
Yeah,
No.
maybe you had to run an errand.
Well, my
But
daddy.
see, I would never. I don't care if I lived an hour away and I just got off work and you told me to come by for an hour. I'm gonna go all the way home, just take a shower, and I'm gonna come back.
Well, my granddaddy was a pimp. Shout out to William Henry, my mom daddy. And he showed me, you know what I'm saying? I'm tell you, my granddaddy said, I would do the earwag test. You get a little bit of earwag. And you put it on that thing. If she jump, no, you don't want it. You don't want it.
I hope you know I'm calling my mother-in-law after the podcast. I'm gonna ask her.
Shout out my granddaddy, William Henry.
Yeah. I'm gonna call you as soon as this is over. I have a lot of questions.
Tanya Dane said she running too.
That's why I used to keep wet wipes on the toilet.
Preach.
Just in case you go. Whatever happened. She gets wet wipes.
Oh, we already know.
We good.
Okay. To continue the question, once you smell the odor and you say something, do you still want to hit it if you go in there and fix it?
Now look, it depends. Am I sober or am I down? So back in my day, if I was sober, when I was sober, I would have just been like, you know what, baby, we might get you another day. You know what I'm saying? But if I was on my level.
You probably get in that wood and clean it for her.
You feel me? All at once.
Get in there, clean it for you.
In the shower with a rubber dup. When we got out the tub and made some love.
So, if you tune in, we got everybody move this at the run, man. So,
Hold on, you're thinking answer.
huh?
Huh?
What?
You didn't answer the question.
What's the question?
You was just laughing.
What's the question? What is the question?
Where you go?
Question
Oh, what
one.
you gonna do?
After she fixed the problem.
Is you gonna, and once you smell the odor, are you gonna let her go fix the problem and then hit it, or are you just good?
I don't know. I'm with 50. I'm with 50.
Just right.
If I'm in my right mind and I'm thinking, when she go to the bathroom, I'm probably gonna leave.
Hit the door. I'm gonna hit the door.
But back in them days when you be on the beat and all that other stuff, man, something for the shake.
I'm finna shake.
Hold on, wait, hey.
Hey.
That's why I asked how far we was into, because sometimes you already, number one, sometimes if you street ball, when you go play street ball, you don't stretch. You don't take no warm out shots. You just get in there. That's what I'm trying to say.
Pick you up.
So 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10,
Get it over and done.
by the time you get that whip, you might already be in there clapping cheeks. And then it be like,
Ew.
y'all done been there before. You done been there, you like, oh God, oh God.
I already heard though.
Do you back out or do you, look,
And you keep going.
you in too deep.
You want to turn
You in too deep.
Turn the
You already there now?
Hold your breath.
But so I am.
Yes, sir.
Every nigga know about to hold the breath till to the side. Get your L, go back in.
Shut next question, please.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead on to the next one. Look at you guys. Let me drink some of these.
Well, the next one, we got somebody asked, if you begin the stages of dating a single mother, and this is something that said they have a real problem with, this is something we talked on the other one.
That was the whole question?
Wait, what's the question?
Beginning stages of dating a single mother.
Like how you handle it?
Yeah, they just like, there's just something that they was going through. I guess they don't want to know how to handle dating a single mother.
That probably
Because she have 4 kids.
She might not. She
I don't know. I just
one.
adding
But
into
to
the
a
question.
person who ain't got no kids.
You ain't got 4 kids. You got 1 or 2.
What's
What's
into
it?
dating a single mother? That's probably real hard for somebody because they don't know how to.
And they ain't got no kids.
It's
First,
like-
Yeah, and
they
they
don't
ain't
have
got
no
no
kids. You
kids.
date
Then
somebody
you go
else.
to date
It's a
somebody
lot of
who's a
stuff you
single
gotta
parent.
consider.
Right.
That you don't when you date somebody who don't have kids.
Right.
Like, you can't normally just hit up a single mother on a
At 3
random
in the
time.
morning after you leave the club, like, so I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah,
Like,
or
nah, my
let's
bad,
go
it's
do
me.
whatever right now. Like, let's
Right,
go.
that's when you sleep.
You know, you got to walk down here. Number one, you gotta walk down here.
Single mothers don't think like that. They think about their child.
Mm-hmm.
A nigga hitting a single mother at 3 in the morning, he like, boy, I'm trying to pull up, the baby sleep too. She like, nah, my baby here, duh, he sleep.
Look, someone
Some roll
the baby over.
we had something saying that.
Some of them roll the baby over in the bed.
Yes, sir.
But you got some that
Rock
put
the
that
baby
baby on the
sleep. Rock the baby to sleep.
We grew up in an era where they had water beds.
I think y'all water bed. Shout out my dad. Y'all water bed. Water
We
bed.
grew up in an era where they had water beds.
Be serious though. You start off dating single mothers. Walk down the hill, take it slow, because you have to make sure before you get, because at some point you're gonna get inserted into that kid life. So before that comes, you have to make sure that you really is all in as far as being with and dealing with this woman and that kid, because that kid don't got nothing to do with what y'all got going on. So you don't want to get in and get that kid emotionally attached to you, looking up for you, looking for you and looking at you like that father figure, and
Yeah, I
then
ain't
you don't
that.
plan on being there.
Right.
That's messed up. You don't do that's you sleaze bag if you run it like that. You just and if you ain't gonna take it serious, then you just got to make sure you keep on the playground.
No, the thing is,
Right.
you're gonna take it serious, you gotta let her know from the
Let her
jump,
know.
like, look, I ain't trying to be the kid daddy. You feel me? I'm just.
Ain't nobody trying to be the kid daddy. You trying to be the woman.
No, cause some women just think you trying to be with them, that you the daddy. I'm not their daddy. Like I'm with you. I'm not their daddy.
I'm not their daddy. I'm your daddy.
Right, it's a line in this shit. I'm glad y'all got me on this. I'm telling you, cause I'm gonna tell you the truth. You feel me? A nigga is not trying to be with a female to be no kid daddy, bro. Like that's not a thing.
But it come with it.
No, listen. I'm gonna break this shit down for y'all,
Alright,
bro.
listen to 50. See what I said.
Listen. A nigga's not trying to be with a female to be no kid's daddy. Yes, a nigga would be there for the kid, you know what I'm saying, to be in the kid life, to steer them in the right direction, to make sure they do everything right and possible that you did wrong to keep them from doing it. The daddy need to be there doing the same thing. But don't get it twisted and think that I'm the daddy, because I'm not the daddy. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep.
But that's the role you're taking on,
No,
like
I'm
entering
taking
this
the role
single
of being
mother's
your
life.
man.
At some point, you do
being
become
a
the
man.
daddy, though.
I'm taking the role of being the
Just
man in your life, and I'm showing your child how to be a better person and can look at me as a father role. But I never want to take that daddy role away from the real daddy. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, you're not taking it if the man just gave it away.
They just,
If he just absent,
But some men
you
don't
have
give it
to
away.
step
There's
in.
some women that push the man away to make him not
But
be
that's
there.
a different thing. We're talking about a single mother, meaning that man already didn't
She
execute
was
his way
single
out.
for a reason somehow.
You
That
can
nigga was
have,
for a
and you
reason.
can have two daddies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can have two daddies.
You can
Just like you,
Right.
you prime example.
Right.
I've never heard you say CJ kids, my husband kids, you say my kids,
Right.
my daughter,
Right.
my son, my kid. Same thing. When they go home, that's mama though. But when they with you mama too. You can have more than one daddy.
Right.
And you ain't never trying to replace
You ain't trying
the
to replace
daddy.
it, but
But
she said,
you can
she
be
said the
daddy.
single. She said the single, but that's what I'm saying is niggas out here that's coming into it. They're not looking at trying to be the kid daddy.
No, I mean, when you first
like
meet them,
right
you
there.
might not be, but you really feeling her, you really vibing, y'all getting together.
Right.
See, it's been circumstances or situations where
Women try to put that sole responsibility onto you because you in that life right then.
a woman, from my understanding, most women, they want a family, and a family is complete. If they a single mother, that means the daddy, something happened along the way, he's not there. So if you're gonna be with the mother, you're supposed to take what comes with the mother. And most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, the child is with the mother. So you take the mother, you're gonna have to take the child.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't get it misconstrued and thinking that it's been situations where you could be the daddy, but most women who have deadbeat dad, they call them sperm donors, or they just created the baby, but they're not involved in the child's life. And if the child become famous and making all this money, they will cater to the person who they call daddy, who was in the house teaching them things along the way. So to them, you're a daddy. No, I'm not your biological father, but a daddy and a father, or you know what I'm saying, you can play with the words however you want to, but at the same time, a daddy's gonna take responsibility to be involved in the child's life. If you just wanna, make some money, send them some money, but you're not spending no time. Time is the most important thing that you can spend with a child, because they will remember the time that y'all shared together, and during your time, you can teach the child how to make some money and how to get on. So if you teach the child a solid foundation, then they can be anything they want to be in life. So don't just go in there, back to the question, how do you start dating a single mother? Like you were saying, you have to figure out if you vibing. But see, in single mothers, you also have to find out, just because you start talking to some guy, you don't want to keep introducing all these men to your kid.
Exactly.
So once you get that realization, I know, like you were saying, your child stay with you and you really don't have time, all the time that you might have to date or go over or whatever, it might be the weekend. So you have to let them know, hey, I'm really rocking with you, but I want to take things slow to make sure that you're going to be involved if we're going to really take it to the next level. Because you don't want to have a new guy in every week and then they call everybody to meet daddy and uncle and all this, because the mother, or for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, at the same vice versa with the guys, but we raise boys different, but at the same time, you just don't want to invite all these people into your life, and you know what I'm saying, so you want some type of stability. So once you come to the realization, we're going to take it to the next level, introduce you to your kid. You can know they got a kid, but just kicking with them and all that, and you just end up trying to smash and leave or whatever the situation is, then you gotta take out of consideration when meeting somebody who has a child, because the child didn't actually be here. They shouldn't be involved in all those games that you got going on, regardless of how you feel about the father or whoever. They ain't got nothing to do with that, so you can't take that out on the child. So the child is here, they're innocent, they only know what you teach.
It all go back down to being honest with what you want in the beginning.
So,
Well, we have a viewer that commented, Cheryl Williams. Hey, girl. She said, well, I found the role reversed now. She said, I'm single, my kids are grown, no grandkids, but guys younger with kids be trying to get at me. How do you feel about that?
You better get that young meat and get up out of there.
You say your kids are grown, and you know, you might, I don't know how much older you are, but you know, some people like older women, you might be cool. I'm not saying you old, I don't know the age, so don't take it, you know what I'm saying? But they could have been watching Country Lane and he got them cool, so they might want to.
But what she's saying is, like, her kids are grown, but now she's finding herself dating younger men that's having little kids, making her have kids.
How, like, she got grandkids.
Yeah.
Girl, get that meat and go on, don't settle down, let them get kids grown.
So your advice is,
the same
get
thing
it and leave.
You got street ball.
But what if she looking for a
She done
husband?
played her life. She done played her game. Her kid grown. She won. Checkmate.
Yeah, but like I said, again, women, they want to be happy, and if that younger man makes you happy, then that's a
Be
role
happy.
That's a role that you take on. If they got, because you know that's the situation. If he got 2 little kids, and you know that we talking about single fathers, and they doing what they supposed to do. But still, if you decide to be with this person,
But that's a young, she told me she an older woman. She tell that young nigga, look, boy, he ain't doing none
She
of that.
said,
she like really
she said they in her 30s, she's in her 40s. She's 40, and some my age too with them, meaning the guys that's her age, they got little kids too.
Oh, they just,
Well, basically, I feel like it's up to you. If you know what I'm saying, if you're feeling motherly, you know what I'm saying, you still want to be just that extra added on.
it ain't gotta be
parent.
mother
like this. If you
Then
still got it,
still
then
take
go
it.
for it. If you still got it, turn
But if you like, ooh, child, my kid's
Go for
gone,
Like I
it
said,
gotta be somebody that ain't got no
you
kids.
got street ball.
But if she dating him,
and
the
you
kids
got
ain't
your
downtime.
NBA.
So it don't matter.
Unless he's a full-time parent. Some guys have kids full-time.
Very slim to none.
I do.
but see,
What?
in the same
I-
situation,
I-
it goes down. It goes both ways. If the female dating a guy who has kids and you really digging the dude, then you know, don't overstep the boundaries, but just be who you are and help the kids out. But you know what I'm saying? But everybody you date, you just don't go in there like, yeah, how you doing, mama? And then next week you got
You gone.
You gone. This your auntie.
You
This your
just said,
auntie.
this my mama.
No, this your auntie. This her sister.
Auntie
This her
Cheryl.
I'll see Ashley's question.
No, that's what she said. What is the time frame for a child to meet the guy that you were dating?
Ain't
At
no
least
time
6
frame.
months.
There is no time frame. I mean, like if you might meet some people say they believe in love at first sight. If you feel like this is the person you're gonna be, y'all hit it off, and then you know there's no time limit. There's no time limit to anything. It's really up to how to. You can't say.
I don't want to say time limit. I would say
Time
time
frame.
frame. I don't have any kids, but I feel like if I had kids, I wouldn't. We're just dating. I wouldn't bring you around.
No.
Because you might not make.
I gotta wait till I know you.
Yeah.
Till I know you, I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
Then I'll bring my
That's
kids
why I said
around.
it ain't no time frame. You can't say in 3 months
Yeah.
or 6 months. It depends on how well you get to know this person, how y'all vibe, and how serious y'all have a plan though. Because y'all have to be in communication and talking about where y'all are going. And once you get to a point where y'all feel like y'all see yourself heading in a certain direction, then it's like, okay, now you need to meet. You need to start.
Okay, and let's put out there, they don't need to meet him the day he's moving in. Okay, so yeah, I mean, eventually they'll meet, but it don't need to be the day that they see him bring his boxes in the house.
Rewind. If he moving in, he should already meet the kid. If he moving in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
Well, that happened to me a couple times. I moved in just leaving the kids. They said,
What's that, baby?
it happened to me a couple times.
What happened? What happened?
Because I messed with this girl and she told me she had kids and I went over there and she,
You stayed?
nah. She told me about the kids but she didn't tell me about the roaches. So I had to go.
she's actually saying she thinks it should be a time frame. It's up to you. It's up to your preference. But don't think it's like when they were saying on the book where it's a 90-day trial and you make it through. Because in the 90 days and you give it up,
You
and
might
it ain't
lose
what
your
I
blessing.
expected, then you just wasted 90 days of your life. So there's no formula for it. It's up to you. You have to feel it.
You got
That's
to
the
do
problem.
it.
That's the problem with people. They try to put a time on everything. But you should date this long and then get engaged, and then be engaged this long and then get married.
Then you mess around and miss your blessing and you try to listen to these folks.
Exactly.
Who them folk with?
And then
Nobody.
before I can take you serious in the first place, you gotta meet my kids. Because if my kid don't like you, I don't like you.
No, I can say now because my kids coming. They might not like you, but that's just them. Now, I ain't gonna just throw my good people.
Okay, but no.
on my kids.
We can be honest. The stories these kids were told before they met me, they didn't want to like me. They wasn't supposed to like me.
They
I was
didn't
told,
want
yeah, they were
But
told
they
not to
did.
like me.
Yeah.
They met me and just couldn't help but like me.
Right.
And they told me this themselves, but they know their own mouth.
Right.
That they was told not to like me.
But that just
I mean, I
come
don't-
from
Right. Bitter
Johnson.
situation.
salty sugar.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
That's a whole nother story for a whole
Yeah, we'll have that on another podcast.
But yeah, man, basically at the end of the day, there's no time frame for nothing. Don't sit up there and say, like you can be friends with somebody for 10 years and if y'all ain't never been through nothing.
How do
And
you
when
know?
hard times come, then it fall apart. So it don't matter. Everybody like you been day one, A1 since day one, but you ain't been through nothing to test to see if it's real. It's just like everything that's made is tried out. It don't matter where it's made in the
And nothing
factory.
brand new.
They put it in the chair. They say
Ain't
the
nothing
chair
brand
hold
new.
300 pounds. They gonna put 300 in the
Just because
chair.
you got out of
They
the
test
store
it to
don't
see
mean
it.
it's brand new because it's been
Right.
tested.
So everything has to be tested. It doesn't matter what the situation is. And if everything always peaches and cream, you got a friend that always tell you yes, you got someone that is always good. You don't know because once I heard somebody say, it's 4C. You need to meet all areas of people. When they happy, when they mad, when they upset. You need to know all faces of life so that
When
you
they
know
broke,
what
when
you're
they
dealing
rich.
with. Yeah, when they got money, they ain't got money. Somebody who ain't got no money, you kick it with them, and as soon as they get some money,
Now they don't fuck with you.
yeah, man, I ain't like you no way, nigga. I just needed a ride. So you gotta know who you dealing with. You gotta meet people all the way around. If you just meet somebody and y'all have been in some situations where they prove that they actually riding with you or they fucking with you or whatever the situation is, that's the thing that you go out for. It's not no, I'm gonna wait 2
But
years
sometimes,
before
bro,
you
you
meet my
can't go
child.
off of that because a nigga ride with you and fuck with you just to put him in a position to fuck you. You feel what I'm saying? Just because a nigga ride with you and shows you that he ride with you, that don't mean that a nigga fuck you, bro. Because the nigga will show you that just to put himself
Cause y'all have a mutual friend.
in a better position for him to know what you got going on, for him to slide up under you, bro.
Don't y'all have a mutual friend that happened to, right?
What?
Who had a friend that robbed him, shot him? I ain't gotta say no names, but right? So it'd be the ones closer to you that allegedly.
Like I said, man, your biggest hater is gonna be somebody you know. Your biggest fan is gonna be somebody that you don't know. At the end of the day, they don't know the inside scoop. You might be you went to school with somebody and you did something and they holding it back, but they just like it's just. But people who just know you just saying you doing music and they like, well, I ride with you. They don't know all the undercover stuff that other people might know, so they actually messing with you for that reason that they fucking with you. Some people not gonna like your music because of something you did way back in the day, but they know that your music riding, but that's just that pride. You gotta put that pride to the side, man.
Y'all come back down, like you say, the first topic, that pride.
Like I said, Nino Brown ain't never liked you.
I ain't never like
Yeah.
And then
So how do you want to close it? Well,
That's it.
topic.
That's all we got.
you know what yeah, I got one more.
Okay, so the last topic is
I got two. The
Okay.
next one is balance in life.
Mhm.
And life is just about balance. Anything that is, you put something on the scale, if it's more on one side, then your life is unbalanced. So a lot of people, they do a whole lot of working or doing one thing, but the other side is not. You know, you gotta even things out, man. You can't put too much water, you'll drown. Too much vitamin E is a deficiency. It's too much anything is bad, man. So you gotta learn how to put things, separate everything to make it balance out. At the end of the day, you can have too much air. Too much air is something else wrong with that. You take too many Tylenol and it's made to cure your headache, but you take too many, your ass gonna die. So you gotta balance it. Whatever it is you take, your stomach hurt, you drink too much liquor, you're gonna throw up. Everything, it's too much anything, man. So
Too much water can kill you.
too much water can kill you.
Listen
Too much
to-
things that are good for you, too much of it is bad. So at the end of the day, man, you gotta keep life in a balance, man, and try to, you know.
Oh, so with that being said, I should cut back on sex because too much of it is not good for
You
you.
fuck around and be single.
But Dr. T-Mac just said.
But see, if you got a lot of sex
Yeah,
going on,
yeah,
you just gotta
yeah,
increase it in
some-
other areas.
Yeah, some single women with kids.
Say what we get.
You gotta, what's your take on life balance? Anything?
Yeah, man. They always say that you make time for what's important to you.
That's true.
So the balance thing to me is kind of awkward because there may be some things more important to me than other things. So I may lean heavier towards that than something else. But there's still going to be time, but it may not be equal time.
But then that's where prioritizing come in at.
Yeah. I prioritize the shit that I like.
No, you have to prioritize what's more important when it comes to what you like.
It's not about what's more important, it's just how you prioritize.
Yeah.
It's just like, he like lifting weights and going to the gym, and I like smoking, so he's gonna go to the gym before smoking, and I'm gonna smoke before I go to the gym. You feel what I'm saying? But either way it go, I might make it to the gym, and he still might smoke.
That kind of goes into the same category. We just gonna put it in recreation. Or his recreation or his fit. You know, so each everything is category. You got recreation, then
Family.
you got your family,
Work.
then you got work, then you got relationship or whatever the situation is. You gonna have to divide your time up. You can't spend 85% of your time in the gym and then that's when your girl gonna go sleep with the pool guy because he got time for it. Or the person you making all the money, you paying all the bills, and then your wife or whatever they end up dating the gardener because the gardener got time. You can't spend too much time.
She sleep with the garden. She said I had a warehouse job.
Yeah.
She sleep with the garden.
If I spend 85% of my time in the gym, she'd be dope. Because I'm fucking amazing.
Did you look at him?
My business.
Oh my. Ask, can you please get the pillows and the comforter ready for the couch?
I was told because I go to the double tree.
At some point, we're just gonna say.
I'm broke.
Okay, we just gonna throw this out there. Okay, if you 85% of your time, whenever you decide to make something serious, you gotta just cut that time in half.
This is true.
I'm just
being funny.
Right, we know.
That's just
You spend
on some grown.
95% of your time doing some work, and then you ain't got time. You gotta split that time up. You can't just focus on this because a lot of things need your attention or your, you know what I'm saying? You got to divide that up. You ain't got to
Yeah.
your kids, if you got kids in the house, you got to get them ready for school. You got to get them up, take them a bath, feed them, go out. You got to work 8 hours. You got to come home. You got to do this. In your certain situation, you got to have 6, 17,000. Whatever it is, you got to divide that up to all the things that are going on in your life. You got to divide that up.
And playing Call of Duty 13 hours a day is not it.
Well, you know.
Hey, don't bring my personal life into this.
No, I'm saying with my personal life.
Fuck I do. Fuck, I ain't gonna let it. Listen, if I want to
You
play
played
Call of
13 hours a day?
Oh yeah, if I ain't gotta go to work, yeah, I sit there and play it all day with my boxes on and the fans throwing on my balls. Nobody say shit about it. Hey,
That's how you like
got
it.
85%. That's how I choose to use it.
That's how you
Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, but quickly on that, you do need some me time. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying?
Not 85%.
Of that day, yeah.
Whatever situation.
Of that day, leave me alone.
If he got one day off and he wanted to do something, or he's like, well, hey, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go work out 30 minutes to an hour every day. But on Saturday, I'm gonna work out for 6 hours straight. That's his only day that if that's how he wants to spend his time, ain't nothing wrong with it. But you can't spend 6 hours every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to that one time that even when I'm talking about the female, you got kids or whatever, and you wanna go get your feet done or your nails done, and the kids tagging along. Sometimes I keep them, go ahead. Go get your piece of mind, go do that. But at the same time, you just gotta divide it up, man. You got life is about balance, and you gotta balance everything.
You go get your feet done. I'm gonna keep these kids. When you get back, don't talk to me.
Leave me alone.
Get these rub ass and go like nothing else.
You won't do it. Pull it back up in the driveway. You won't do it.
You won't do it.
You won't do it.
Sometimes they don't be on the same day.
That's why I'm glad my kids, teenagers. I don't know there at the house.
But you gotta get to that point. So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
because the
saying?
diaper stages is.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got no more?
I got the last one. Is it a make or break if a girl has edges? I mean, does not have edges.
Oh yeah, I can't be no bald head, scallywag.
She get weak.
Who?
Yeah. Because you technically, you won't even know. You can meet a chick with a wig and not even know that it's a wig.
Now,
You
look,
won't know she ain't got
now,
edges.
you my
She
wife.
go home and go like this.
You my wife, I love you to death. You gonna have wore a wig a couple times now. Ain't nothing sexy about you going home pulling that shit out of like that. Ain't nothing sexy about you.
I already tried it.
You right. You already got me. I'm just saying, but I'm
I didn't
telling
even
you.
wear wigs
I'm
until
just telling you,
after.
you can't get with it. You can't come home and be like, oh yeah, give me that.
Nobody want that. Yes, you do.
You got fourth grade.
What if he came home and
Better
took
look
his
like
muscles
my
off?
pocket.
What if he came home and took his muscles off and put them in the closet?
My husband's going bald.
You right, I'm going
I
bald.
still let him bust me.
That's how you can't
So I can't see it. I can't see it.
I'm going
Hey,
bald.
we got a mirror on the side right there.
see
I most definitely can see
I'm
it.
going
And if I'm getting top, I can feel it when I'm really there. So therefore,
We need to roll the
okay.
edges.
So therefore, edges profile, it shouldn't make or break a situation. And me having 4 cornrows in my head, I'll take my wig
So
off.
both
Shouldn't
y'all out
make or
there
break
bad.
it.
He got the cornrows, he got the pool in the backyard.
But I just
Call me
So,
Leo.
What if he
Just
want
so
what if he want to go get weed?
Just so then, I don't. I'm not
Bro, you can get the 360 way and jump.
I don't want to. No, I never had waves. I never had waves. Never.
she could get the little hair and pull it down, get the baby hair, and take the glue and swirl it, swoop like that. Yeah,
With a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta see this shit.
Man,
Really? That's what y'all discovered?
at the end of the day, I don't think that really matters to me. Baby hair.
See, all these folks don't start.
But you can't just be walking around like we gotta do something about that. Like you can't just be walking around.
So let's redirect
Like
it.
Nickelback
So-
and Baby Help.
Say the girl's in the distance. You know what I'm saying? So you see her, and you're like, damn, she got a banging ass body. That's what y'all go for anyway. Y'all really don't care about her face.
I look at
So-
their feet. I look at their feet too.
So if you banging,
I look at their feet.
banging body from behind,
What her
right?
feet look like?
She got pretty feet, okay?
Okay, we talking.
So you like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Shorty, can I talk to you for a minute, whatever? Now she turns around, but you already asked to talk to her. But that's when you see she don't have no edges.
And that's what we call a 50 footer, cause she look good from 50 feet away. You get up on her and she be like, oh damn, my bad, I thought you were my homegirl. You walk
So
up.
the fact that she's fine, the fact that she got a banging body, she got pretty feet, and she's fine in the face.
And I'm
But
not-
just when she turn around, you see that she just little
and we
ball
gotta
on the
line up
edges.
like me. Oh my bad, I thought you were my homegirl.
It's
Line
no
up.
lie. Okay.
Shit, not me.
Cause we know. Cause we
That was
know.
the old me. Y'all don't know me now. Y'all know me now.
People get changed, people grow up.
I'm not that guy no more. I done got married, I'm transformed. I'm not that guy no more. But back in the day, y'all would have caught me 50 cal. I would have busted. No edges and all. Tell them,
That's
bro.
just it. At the end of the day,
Tell them, bro.
I don't think that really matters to most men.
Well, I guess it goes back to y'all have a preference.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you
It
like.
depends, but it really all depends on the guy's mood, though. Because a man can have a million preferences in the world. You catch him
A
on
lot
that
of men
one
don't
night.
have a preference.
You catch him on that one night, he be like, well, shit, come on.
Man,
She'll do.
I got a partner. We might go out and things going. He like, well, I want to. Bro, I don't want to talk to this type of person. Or I don't want to talk to this.
Man,
At the end of the night,
Them lonely nights.
At the end of
that's
the
who
night,
he talking
that's who we
to.
talking to. The same one he said he wasn't going to talk
But
to.
at the end of the day, man, it depends on you.
Look,
On what you want and the type of situation you on. Sometimes you be like, man, why I'm
Yeah,
not
like
even
you
here?
like
Like,
I've
wait
been
a
saying,
minute.
like I've been saying the whole episode for me. You got street ball. You got the NBA. She might be street ball. She ain't got no. But hey, look. You said the body was banging.
Sometimes the street
You
ball.
said-
And she's pretty in the face.
She's
And
pretty.
she got pretty feet.
She got pretty
And
feet.
she got
Does that
macaroni.
matter?
She got macaroni.
Do she?
You know what macaroni is?
Well,
That's how you make when you eat it. You know the macaroni, we stir it in the pot, and it make that sound. And
She got the macaroni. Fuck
Yeah.
people, they take that
Yeah.
time.
but you won't know she got macaroni if you don't talk to her because she ain't on edges.
I'm gonna find out.
You gonna find
You know I'm gonna find out. You know I'm gonna find
No,
out.
I'm fine. I'm just to play with it.
I don't.
I'm fine.
I don't care.
You gonna find out, ain't gonna
Look,
just-
let's just look at right quick what she described. She say she fine.
She fine.
She got pretty feet.
Pretty feet.
And she pretty in the face.
And she pretty in
I
the
don't
face.
care if she got a bald
That's
face.
what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm
that
just
shit,
platinum cheeks.
that shit don't matter.
She can have a bald face with a part like Nas. I don't care.
I don't give I don't care how the truth did me.
We gonna get
On
some
my
kind
partner.
of lace front, a wig, or
I might not have nothing to grab for. I just grab by the back of the neck like a pit bull. You know how you grab a pit bull?
By the back
By the
of the
back
neck,
of the
all
neck.
that
You
extra
just grab
skin.
by the back of the
All
neck
that
like a
extra
pit-
skin.
like a pit bull puppy.
I'm putting like this long my partners didn't see it.
I might.
As long as your partners ain't serious.
Yeah, cause my partners, them niggas some clown, boy. Hey, look, that DNT tried shit, man. I love y'all.
Yeah, 'cause I remember
Hey,
you did me like
them
that.
niggas
Like,
a clown, you
face.
boy.
I might be
Them
brushing
niggas
like
clown,
that.
you
Take
boy.
that. Take go get you the 360. Put the rag on.
You feel me?
Go to the 360 with
Right,
that.
that
Take that. Take
Oh.
that.
Oh,
Hey, you feel me?
It
Some
was
of my partners, man,
Yeah.
the boys been, you know what I mean? Hey, man, that tribe shit. I got a lot of brothers, man. Them niggas dirt digglers, man.
You know that was my one of my original
Yeah,
rap
hey,
names.
you know I know that, man.
dirt digger, dirty dick
And
murder.
I came up with Real B.I. You feel me?
Yeah, that one was so.
Hey,
I
man.
had to hide my true intention.
Dirty dick digger.
Yeah, man, they call me 50 cal. I was sharp shooting them. You feel me?
Shooting every club up.
Nightly.
Literally. We ain't gonna say allegedly, we're gonna say literally.
Allegedly, literally.
I
Okay,
don't know.
we got one more before we end it up, man. We finna talk about loving your wife or your husband.
That's not what it said. It said, talk about you loving your wife.
Oh, he back.
Oh, you back.
He's
We're
back.
waiting on
look.
you. We're waiting on you.
I'm trying to figure out why my
Yeah,
nephew. I'm
yeah.
trying to figure out why my nephew in the bathroom facing the other way on the toilet, like this, like he riding the pony. What is he doing?
His mama told him to sit on the toilet like that.
To make sure it don't shoot out.
I tell him to turn his ass around. I don't know why he started sitting like that, but when
He gotta have his feet elevated.
It's because when he boo-boo, he fall in the toilet.
Well, he gotta get it on. He's strong. He gotta hold himself up.
He can sit on it normal. You know
I
that.
hold it tab
Oh,
amazing.
man.
Look at her. I'm telling y'all like
He's
this.
just confused.
I love my wife. She made
But
me
he set up
go.
his tablet on the back of the toilet, and he sit there and he watch it while he boo-boo like his
This is
daddy.
lazy.
I'm doing
Because they take forever.
I love my wife. That's the last time.
Yeah, I love my wife. She made me a better person. All the other scallywags just helped me bust one. But she better than me. She made me see the light of day. And I thank her for that. And I don't want no other wife. Because the one I used to have. She wasn't it. That was like a Michelob Ultra to a Yingling. That shit just didn't compare.
It just didn't compare.
That shit didn't compare. But the one I got now, she alright. Shit.
Well, I love my wife, and you know, I did a little 30 months, and she held me down. In every aspect. I had 30 months. I was in the county for 6. I missed one hot plate. Hot plates when you go get a hot food, but it's in there. I had a double burger with a wing. Kept money on the phone, kept money on the book. She was loyal. She didn't go out and venture it out. Some people be, you do some time. They done switched up on you. A lot of people get the Dear John letter. They talking about she want to break up and.
This ain't gonna work.
When I was single doing my thing, I mean, I used to chill with a few of them. Their boyfriend or whoever they with go to jail, and we just kicking it. And the phone ring and it's them. I be quiet. I don't talk to them.
Let's roll.
I'm just saying, you can talk to them. Jody in the background, and sometimes you in the background, live with your mom.
See, and they go right back to what I was talking about earlier. So I ain't trying to raise your son. Fuck your fort, nigga. You feel me, man? Nobody studying that shit, bro. Fuck your fort, nigga.
And sometimes you just, you know, bitch, they ain't talk now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is short. Yeah, talk to me. I call you back. He's where you get locked up.
She tell him, yeah, she can't, yeah, you right.
I want to block on the goddamn phone.
She tell that nigga something good. I'm gonna call you back. No, you ain't, bitch. He locked up. Missed that call. Then they be arguing in the morning on that 7:30 phone call.
Yeah, man, you just gotta find somebody who
balance. You go back balance.
You gotta,
I know about it because I lived it.
And the thing that's important to you, man, you might be like, I want the baddest, and I want this. But a lot of times, the baddest one,
Ain't the real.
they used to attention, and then as soon as you out of the picture, then they move on to the next one because people gonna show them attention. They get out the store, hey, show that, woo, and she ain't gonna keep saying no 709,000 times.
Nobody tells you more beautiful than you do at the gas station.
Yeah, and you know, attention is a type of drug too. So if you stop showing your girl or wife attention, and then somebody else is, and then that's part of it. But at the end of the day, it's not about the pretty, it's not about the baddest, it's not about the whatever it is, it's about the one that's gonna hold you down. What about if you get older and you start, you know, things start breaking out, or they gonna take care of you, or they just gonna throw you in the nursing home, or they just gonna move on to the next person, or they gonna really be there? Do they love your kids like you love your kids? They accepted you for who you are and what you got. And at the end of the day, those are the things you gotta weigh when you make a decision if you want to get married. Some people say they will, some people won't. I see a lot of people saying they send me my soulmate or this and that, this and that. And a lot of times,
soulmate. I want to be my soulmate.
and then a lot of times, it be the dude that you push to the side because he's not everything that you want him to be. He might not be the most attractive, but you want a person who's gonna be all romantic. He might come home and give you his whole picture. He might tell you it might be, go ahead. It could be how it is. It's not gonna be everything in one package. So you're gonna have to evaluate, you know what I'm saying, what's most important to you. Find one that's loyal to you. Loyalty, a lot of people say that may play a major part, but the person who's gonna probably be loyal to probably ain't gonna be goddamn a dime or Instagram model or whatever the situation is. But you just have to find out what's important to you.
I'm telling you, my girl, y'all might think she's the thickest in the world, got a fat booty. The thing might look like a boy.
But that's what's going on, man.
Wait, what?
No, I ain't saying that's it. I'm just saying.
Go ahead. What you trying to say?
Cause nigga might be
You
looking at a girl and
say
be
you
like,
got the pancakes?
hey,
You trying to say she got the
no, hell no. I'm just saying that some nigga might look and just think it like that, but when that thing get up, shit. What you say? What you say?
I was about to say that you might be talking about she got the pancake, but you guess what? Pancakes get ate too.
I'm trying to tell you.
Put a little syrup on it.
A little syrup on it.
Somebody got the pancake, but better believe they ain't just.
Appreciate your pancakes.
They a real deal pancake. They ain't no fake bitch.
Ashley said, put it down, it's gone.
No, it ain't. You
The
can take
alcohol
another
gone.
one for you when you get back.
Lord.
Allegedly.
Hungry
But
while
at the
waiting.
end of the day, man, for real though, man, you just gotta evaluate what's important to you. And them the situations, them
Hey, boy,
the
what you
decisions you
doing?
gotta make, man. So you willing to deal with it, and everybody, you know what I'm saying? If they got 80% of what you like, and 20% might be something you don't, you got to work that out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to trade the 20% because she bad and this and that for the 80%. Now she can't pay her rent. She ain't never got no money. She depend on you about everything. Or all this. So you have to just evaluate what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if she go to work, she paying her bills, she decent looking, or whatever the situation is, but she don't do this or she don't do that, you gotta evaluate that, man. You want to swap out. I just heard Eminem say, you know, sometimes black men don't cheat, but at the same time they were saying that if you get caught cheating, then I'm stuck with you.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So if I really don't want to lose what I got at home, but she wasn't doing this and then you doing this, but at the same, you just don't really just want to evaluate, man.
I ain't gonna cheat with
I ain't gonna speak
we
without you.
like together. So look, I'm gonna tell you, look, my man's told I'm gonna put him out there. I'm gonna put him out there. I don't care.
I ain't speaking
My
on
boy
cheating.
Sean. Sean say,
This is everything.
I'm gonna say it. He told me I got freelance to say whatever I want to by him. He's a foul dude. He don't care.
Creep
You
squad.
always supposed to cheat up, ladies and gentlemen. You always supposed to cheat up.
That is so true.
Because if you get caught cheating, you stuck with the person you was cheating
Cheating
with.
with.
So you don't cheat with no bum. You don't cheat with no dude who don't got what your dude got, can't do what your dude do. You don't cheat with no chick that look. Y'all be out here cheating with mud ducks. You don't cheat with a chick that's ugly. She got 18 kids and she live in Section 8 housing. And you don't cheat with her.
Who can't pay $39 in rent?
Who can't pay $39?
I'm just
I pay your rent for 5 years with $39 a month. You pay that for 5 years, you good, no?
at the end of the day, but most of the time, from you know, situations and people that I know, they don't
Allegedly.
they don't necessarily
Allegedly, a lot on this show.
they don't necessarily cheat up because it's the
Too much work.
no, it ain't even that. It's a lot of time it be the sexual activity or the fun that they have, and the person who is more up, they got business together. They might not have time to do all
No,
that. So
you want me to tell you what it is?
Well, tell me.
Because when you cheat, you're not necessarily when people cheat up, that's because they're planning on leaving.
Right.
When you're cheating regular, same, basic, or below, you're just cheating to fuck. You're not cheating with intentions on ever leaving your home or ever getting caught to have to leave.
That's what I was just saying.
You said
So, but I'm saying, no, I'm saying it's because
See, that's the difference between men and women cheating. Because
women gonna cheat up.
women gonna cheat up. Because a woman is always planning her next move. And she got more options than you do. I don't care how good you look. You try to think he got his biceps, triceps hanging out the t-shirt. He think because he got his fade crispy, he got 360. He still been using the potato chip bag to keep his waist crispy. He think she still got more. Your wife still got more options than you do. So
I don't care about that. Come on, back to my biceps and stuff.
you looking sturdy out here. You looking kind of pause.
My wife told me I need to sweat.
Pause. You looking kind of sturdy though.
Okay, we can move on.
No, you looking kind of sturdy out here.
Okay.
But yeah, cause if a dude, right, a dude cheat, if he fall in love, he gone. A woman will cheat on you for 13 years. Hey, like you in 13 years.
13 years.
You will have no idea that she don't like your ass.
You have an idea, you just don't pay attention.
You paying attention, you just can't shake it.
You can't take it. You won't see it.
You think it ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
right
tell you
there.
what. I'm gonna tell you what.
That's why you call me that.
See, look, a dude. I'm gonna tell you why we get caught cheating. We go over to the French fries house. We go over there. We clap a cheek. We We drank a little Hennessy. We might smoke. If you smoke, whatever, you drink up the kids, Capri Sun, eat lunch, and you fall asleep. Come on, you boy. You come home an hour and a half late, smelling like dog. And you work in the warehouse. That's how your dumb ass got gone. The shorty, when she plan on cheating, she already done told her boss she leaving work 2 hours early. She gonna leave work. She gonna go over there to the boy house. They gonna do what he do. She gonna leave. She gonna go to the gym just in case you check her location on your Find My Location on the iPhone. Then she got a reason to be musky. And she gonna come home at 6:30 like she do every day.
I'm done. I ain't cheating. That's too much energy.
That's going back to like
That's what the cheater would say.
that goes back to like you know what I'm saying, the reason like she's trying to cheat up, but most of the time that guys cheat allegedly, but it's other races.
The guys don't cheat, it's mostly women.
Most women.
What?
Yeah.
And white men. And Puerto Ricans.
Yeah. But see,
Black men don't cheat. It's only white, Puerto Rican,
Like, I got
Asian.
you going.
this is where it goes down. Like I said, it just you like your 75% you got at home, but this person over here had the 25%, but they ain't got the other 75.
I don't know, bro.
So look, listen, I'm just gonna tell you.
I like my 95 I got at home. Now, I fucked up when I went looking for that other 5%.
But that's what my point
We
is.
gonna talk about
credit fraud.
that. We gonna talk about that on the show.
He said that was crazy.
But that's it, man. It's just you,
But look,
the trick, the timing, man.
I was finna say something about lawsuit.
The 30%.
He said that one night.
The 30% is normally because you with somebody, you with your wife or whoever, and y'all got things going on. They keep their bills paid, they making money. This person, she ain't got no, she barely pay her, but you don't care about that. I ain't trying to help you pay your bills, and I ain't trying to keep you with your son.
To caught you at a low moment and trying to be in bam and get on up out of there.
And the sex might be whatever the situation is.
I get-
That's what she was saying.
I guess this might be the last note, but I'm gonna say this, and y'all ain't gonna like it. I gotta say something.
Big Chiller, what's going on, baby?
Who that? You late, man? Why you come so late?
Tune in next week, baby. Next week.
Nigga always
This is
late.
what I'm gonna say.
All right, listen.
That's why I don't think y'all wives in here. I don't think we supposed to be with one woman our whole life. It's too hard to do. You have to make a conscious effort to be with one woman.
And
Am I
that's
right?
why they was with me this was.
You have
I'm
to
telling you, thank you.
You have to make a conscious effort.
Man, shut
to
the
be
fuck
with-
up.
No.
You're right here.
I ain't finished.
I was right here. We ain't participating in your comments, nigga. Come on, bro. Abort. Bro, abort. He tripping. We better jump off your plane. No parachute.
I'm probably gonna go to the double tree tonight, but I don't think you meant to just have one.
I mean, you supposed to have.
It means you get afford.
I'm a broke nigga.
So you get to have one.
And I'm an expensive bitch.
And you meant to have one. I guess you meant to have one. You coined it right. It's just
So you supposed to have as many as you can afford.
yeah.
Oh. Well, how many can you afford?
Mind your business. We like appreciate
She
y'all.
working together, man.
We appreciate y'all tuning in to the show tonight. You know what I mean? You guys say
That's
you
right.
say.
But that's like the Muslim culture. Like
They have more. Yeah.
But they have to treat them all equally.
Yeah. See, that's what she dropping that now.
Well, all I know is that.
That's all you need to know.
That's all I'm going to
That's
know.
all Ashley needs
Cause
to
I'm
know.
gonna help. I watch Snap every night. And Fatal Attraction let me know I'm gonna help you get away with merch.
I got done too. And I got insurance. And I hang with felons.
I'm done.
Everybody I hate was a felon. We get you out of we get you up out of here before you get us up out of here. Let me tell you that right now. And my dogs don't move, they don't snitch. Y'all look like y'all telling each other. You gonna wait first, because when you get in there and the hair and the nails and that, you gonna tell.
First of all,
You doing life.
Cal just told you I take my wig off at night. It ain't nothing enough for me to walk around with CD braids.
Oh, you sold
I'm
that-
ready.
You sold that shit in.
I'm ready.
That shit will not come off tonight.
I'm ready.
That's why she walking around
I'm
with
ready.
a toboggan on right now.
I don't mind eating bologna sandwich and grits.
Oh,
I know what they serve there.
She get that hat on, but she not
Damn,
like
what's
high
up?
head.
So what?
She get that hat on, but she not like high head.
She like high head. Ooh.
You got a devil face.
No,
No, we don't get
yeah,
out of
each and every night, and Wednesday night here, every night.
Come on, Barbie. Tell the people they can find you on Instagram, your social medias, everything.
Okay, on Facebook, I'm Spoiled Barbie. On
Yeah, she trying to be real with her
Instagram,
radio
I
voice. Spoiled Barbie. Yeah,
Trying to hit y'all with the
am
W.
Instagram, I'm Spoiled Barbie 86.
Hey.
I'm so done with you. It's been great. This was amazing. Glad I was able to be a part of the show.
I'm gonna say this song.
What you gonna do with that song?
I mean,
What you gonna do with
I still have a
Put it on
sandwich
them
in there.
biscuits.
I still have a sandwich in the bag while you're throwing my bag away. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
This ain't no sound. This is a piece of pure burger.
Try to tell them what about that.
You know what's going on, man? This is your boy Trice, man. You can find me on Facebook, Trice Google, Instagram at TribeShit, TribesHyt. You can find me pretty much, man. I do sign shirts, hats, and more. You need any apparel, you need any poster sign, decal, logo. I do it all, man. You can hit me. I got a sign shirts, hats, and more. Sign shirts, hats, the letter N, more on Facebook. I ship it to you. And whatever you need, man. I just started another LLC, T-Max, man. Time out of aggregates count to get some things in order. But y'all, I appreciate y'all tuning in, rocking with us, man. And it's been real, man.
Word. Make sure y'all follow me at DVILLE_DI on Instagram. Follow the I'm Telling You podcast on Instagram and on Facebook, where we go live every Wednesday around 8:30, 9 o'clock. We gonna be on here on Wednesday.
Just tune in.
Maybe we might be here on Thursday. But just make sure you keep watching. That's why you got to follow us. So you can get all the notifications and you can see when we popping up. If you want to support the podcast, make sure you hit that support the podcast button or just drop it in the Cash App. However you want to do it, hit us up, do the donation. Shout out to my boy over there at Cerebral XL Podcast who hit us off with the donation. We really appreciate it. And just make sure y'all keep tuning in. You can find us on Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Radio FM, Overcast, all the places where podcasts. And I'm working on getting us on that iHeartRadio. But make sure y'all tune in and always remember, be the reason somebody's motivated and masturbated, because either way you make a difference.
You made a difference. We out. Try shit, man. You already know what's going on, man.